So there's these 4 SEO experts here on YouTube. I find it kind of funny they're all bald. Not that has anything to do with anything, but they have some expertise here, and I've been following all 4 of them for some time. Through the years I've been making some notes, and I recently ran through everything, and I pulled out 8 learnings that you can learn from these 4 guys. So there's 2 for each one of them. I have some notes here, so let's start with Neil Patel. So he really believes that content is king. And I firmly believe that as well. He's been talking for years on creating high quality content and useful content that draws in traffic organically and draws links organically. If I might add that with the future of AI content, this is only going to be more true, I believe. So really good in-depth content with personal experience and personal expertise, where you add something unique about you or your experience or your unique angle, is going to be very important going forward. And the second thing he quite often talks about is that SEO is not necessarily about ranking number 1 every single time. And I've made this mistake for quite some years now. He emphasizes that the ultimate goal of SEO is actually to make the visitor convert. So in my case, it's mostly been with AdSense websites, and converting a visitor actually means to get them to click the ad, but it can also be to sign up for your newsletter, or to convert into buying your product if it's an e-commerce, or if it's an affiliate website, it's to click the affiliate link. Any type of conversion will do, and ranking number 1 is in itself not a goal. Watching the graphs grow and looking at the numbers increasing is a fun game, but it doesn't really amount to anything. It's as a vanity metric is what I'm looking for. And if your visitors is not converting, you cannot use that for anything. Nathan Gotch from Gotch SEO is the next one. He believes that link building is the most important rank factor. He believes it's, or maybe more precisely put, he believes that it's the single most important ranking factor. Whether that is true or not is difficult for me to actually say anything about, and he definitely knows more about SEO than I do. I have ranked website with no link building at all. So it's definitely possible to do it without link building. If you want to go after more competitive terms, or you're working in a more competitive niche, it might be necessary to have at least as many links as your competitors have. But some of my sites are in Danish, and link building is of course a thing here as well, but not as big as I believe in English. Whether link building is still going to be the single most important rank factor is debatable, and maybe expertise and authoritativeness is going to be more important going forward, and we can maybe have a discussion about that in the comment section. The second thing that I've drawn out of my notes from Nathan Gotch here is that on-page optimization is the foundation of SEO. So he talks quite a lot about how to optimize the HTML and the CSS. While that's been definitely the case for quite some time now, I think that we can get away with a little bit less than previously. And that's a good thing if you don't know too much about coding and technical SEO is not your thing. I think there's a couple of things that you should have right. Putting the keyword in the title tag and within the first paragraph, and then in some of the H2 headings, not messing up and shifting between H4 and then H2 and then back again. So have a good structure. Your schema markup should be on point, but whether you need to add a lot of meta descriptions or alt text in the images is I think, debatable nowadays. Getting the basics right is definitely a good thing. The next one up is Doug Cunnington. I've been following him for a while and I've talked about him and his methodology on the channel here before. He's the inventor of the KGR method, or at least he's the one that put a name to it. And that is one of the points I've drawn out of my notes from Doug here, is that keyword research is the foundation of good SEO. So instead of focusing on link building and yeah, well, of course, great content, he talks about great content as well, but if you haven't done a good keyword research, it doesn't really matter. Good keyword research is supposed to find the good articles for you to write, and then ranking will be easier and you would need a little bit less of what the others are talking about. That's how I understand him anyway. And then from there, content should be focused on user intent. So writing an article that is somewhat answering a question instead of answering specifically, and trying to get sort of that direction, but without actually understanding what the user is looking for, is very important. And spending time finding out what the user actually is asking from the keyword research is one of the focus points that he returns to quite regularly. And then the last one, Brian Dean, he also thinks that backlinks is the single most important factor in SEO, and his website is called Backlinko, so I guess that sort of makes sense. He's has seasoned SEO now, and he's been in the game for quite some time. Whether the industry has changed underneath his methodology is, I think, is something to keep in mind at least. So if he has a website called Backlinko, and it's quite difficult to change course when that's the name of the site. I think it might be debatable whether links is the most important factor going forward, but it certainly has been for some time. And then the second thing, or the point number 8 in total here, is that Brian Dean is the inventor of the Skyscraper method. Not that it's a completely revolutionizing thing, but he's put a name to it. So the method is about finding out what the content that is already ranking is doing good, and then doing it even better. So that's a general principle of SEO, is ranking content that is actually better than was there before, but he's put a name to it, and there's a whole methodology that you can watch on his channel and look up on his website. So that was the bold truth of SEO. 8 points that you can learn from these 4 experts. If you want to learn more about blogging and keyword research and online business in general, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, take care. Bye.